training, branding with niche content, and my friend Johanna Hunt is going to teach you some amazing stuff. And I first like to introduce you a little bit to her. She's an amazing lady that is from Austria, but she lives now in Canada for almost 20 years, for already 20 years. She has two amazing girls from 7 and 9 years old, and I'm going to invite her into the broadcast. So normally she will be with us. There she is. Hi, Johanna.
Hello.
Hi, it's working. I'm so happy.
Yay.
Oh,
I love when that happens.
Yeah, that is so. It gives it the whole day. I have had. What time is it at your place now? 9:30.
9:20.
9:20. Okay, it's 6 p.m. here. 6:20 p.m. So
I still do the conversion to
yeah.
what time it is in Europe.
But I'm talking with so many people from the States, and the one is on PST, and the other on MST, and the other on CST, and on EST, and something. And with the changing of the daylight, that was fun. That I was still on the other one. So Johanna, we pronounce it in the German way, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So tell us a little bit about you. Who is Johanna? How long are you in online business? And why is this topic, branding with niche content, so special for you?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my story has gotten really long.
Okay.
So I come from a background in event marketing and branding, and I did that for 15 years. I kind of fell into it just from my passion for skiing and biking and resort life and travel, and just always wanting to find work that was fulfilling and fun. And when I had my oldest daughter, Gabriella, she was 2 months old, I thought for sure I'd go back to work, and she was born, and I was like, there's no way I can go back to work. I need to be home. I need to be a mom. Which was really actually surprising for me, because I wasn't a woman who was like, I want to get married and have kids. That wasn't me at all. So I was looking for something, and I'd done a lot of studying on business, and I came into direct sales, and it was kind of packaged as like e-commerce.
Okay.
Online business. And so I went to an event, and I thought, this is perfect for me. I heard from women who, they were doctors and they were lawyers and they were making this great income. Mm-hmm. And I thought, oh, I can do that. And so when I got started, it turned out it was home party business, hotel meetings,
okay,
trade shows. And I was like, I have to figure out a way to do this online. Mm-hmm. And I struggled for a very long time.
Okay.
Trying to make it work. I did the home party thing. I did all I was one of those people. I was like, I'm going to make this network marketing thing work, whatever it takes. Mm-hmm. Because there's no way I'm going to go get a part-time job or put my kids in daycare. So I stayed up late, watching YouTube videos and investing in courses and trying to figure it all out. And so as I've grown over time, my big thing is really, how do I leverage everything I'm doing? How can I do things smarter so that I can work less and have more free time?
Yes.
And so over time, what I've found is attraction marketing. And really, people think a lot of different things about attraction marketing. And they use it as kind of like building likability and building trust. Mm-hmm. But I've found the more you actually target your audience, you actually create conversation with your content.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And so it takes a lot of the guesswork out, and then you become that person that is known for something, and people start to follow you and they start to chase after you. Mm-hmm. And in network marketing, everybody's chasing after their ideal clients and their ideal contacts. Mm-hmm. And that's not how most businesses work.
No.
So I really focused on, how can I run this business like a profession, like a real business, and apply these principles so that I can have people coming to me and asking me what I do, and build that credibility as well as that go-to person that they know can help them.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
So then the niche, maybe there are people that are that don't know what niche means, and why targeting your niche or addressing to your niche, you already explained it a little bit, is maybe better for your sales eventually than wanting to serve everybody? Or is this something you are going to talk into your training maybe?
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefits I'll touch on when it comes to niche marketing. But ideally, when we're looking for business partners or we're looking for customers, the whole point of having a business is doing business with people that you know and like and trust, right? Yeah. People you want to do life with. And I never liked this idea of having to prospect everybody with a pulse or everybody with skin, because it's like, I tell my kids this all the time, you don't have to like everybody. You just have to be kind to everybody. You're not going to like all the kids at school. They're not going to like you. And so a lot of people think that social media is like this popularity game and they have to please everybody, and they get really concerned with their content being something that is going to speak to everyone and that everybody will resonate with it. And that creates a blockage for them, and it creates a blockage for the people who are receiving that message. It's very confusing, right? Yeah. So when you're trying to please everyone, your messaging is all over the place. You're trying lots of different things, and people can feel that. And confused people don't do anything. They don't take action. And so when you can be really clear and concise with your messaging, and you know what you want to be known for, and you know the transformation you want to help people have, people can feel that energy, right? Yeah. Branding content is so much more than just a photo or words. It's the energy that you're bringing. It's that belief that you have in what you do that has a sound. And that's how you create that connection. That's how you create the conversation. And that's how people will take action really quickly, because they see repeatedly. And then there's the marketing side of it, where it's all about exposure, right? Exposure, exposure, exposure. So, you know, when you're trying to create lots of different messages around lots of different products and lots of different things, there's a couple of things that are going on there. One is we have algorithms. So I think sometimes we think if we're repeating ourselves, we think that, you know, people are just seeing the same message over and over again. But the idea is you're really bringing new people in all the time, and you're repeating the same message to lots of different people, not creating lots of different messages to the same people. Right? Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah. Is that what the algorithm picks up when you talk about the same thing, that they say that person is trustworthy because the person talks about the subject that she cares about most, something like that, or interests most?
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't think the algorithm picks that up. But we don't have control over, like, we don't really know how many people on our friends list are seeing that message.
No.
And so the average person needs 7 exposures to what you do in your business. They need to see that message repeatedly before it really registers for them what it is that you do.
Yeah.
Or even registers in their mind, like, hey, maybe this is something I want to take a look at. And so, you know, even when I was doing home parties, you know, those are kind of a one-off. People thought they were to make sales. I always saw it as an opportunity to build connection. And a lot of times people wouldn't buy at a home party because they didn't know enough. They didn't trust me yet. They didn't trust the product yet. And so what I would do is every single person I met at a home party, I would bring into my social media world. And then they would get the exposure of seeing me on Facebook talking about the same thing over and over and over again. It's like every single day I'm taking my spoonful of chocolate trim and it's in my stories, and people are seeing every day. And by the 7th time, they're thinking, okay, what is this chocolate spoon thing?
Yeah, that's true.
Right? But if I only do that one time, it's not going to register as quickly. They're just going to think it's like a one-time thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true. And but how do you start when you are fairly new? Yeah, when you are fairly new to the business, because that's the people we are talking mostly to, because most people aren't already high in their company, or they are maybe struggling for quite a while. They say, okay, why should I brand myself? Who am I? How do you start, and how can you do that for when you're even a beginner or in the beginning from your journey?
Yeah, that's a really great question. I want to start with just explaining to somebody who is new, kind of just a fundamental basis of understanding the mindset around marketing when it comes to social media. So a lot of people confuse, you know, how many people get started and say, well, I don't want to sell anything on social media. It's an automatic assumption that that's what social media marketing is. And so there's a difference between marketing yourself and selling something. And so, you know, and then there's two types of marketing in every business. There's the active marketing, which is prospecting, which I don't really like that word, but it's a word that people understand. But I prefer saying like connecting or networking.
Reaching out.
Yeah. And then there's the passive part, which is what we post. That is what we put out there. And then it's like casting that kind of wide net. And so when people can kind of understand that those two work together, you want to build relationships and connections so that you raise the value of what you're posting. Because when you have that connection with somebody, it lowers their resistance to what you are sharing, right? And so they're more likely to read your content. They're more likely to feel comfortable reaching out to you or having a conversation. So when you are doing this, when you're very consistent with your messaging and you're consistent with the kind of stuff you post about, people build that, they have that exposure. They have that, like they're seeing the same things over and over. You're building your credibility, relatability, you know, that trust factor. And so those are all things you want to think about. Like that's the purpose of your content. It's not to sell, it's to build the trust factor, to bring value and stuff like that. And when somebody's just getting started, they can get really wrapped up in like, well, what is my brand? What is my story? I don't have a story yet. I don't have the experience. I haven't done anything. So I always teach people, and I still do this. It's been 3 years with this company, and I still just take people on the journey with me. So whatever I'm learning, whatever I'm implementing, whatever I am experiencing, the conversations that I'm having, I bring that into my content and I turn around and I teach it. So if I'm having an experience with the product, I share what my experience is. If I have an experience on a call, on a team call, I share the stories that I heard on that team call. You know, if I'm tuning into a training about TikTok, I'm going to share the best tips. What were my takeaways from that TikTok? And in network marketing, we have such an amazing opportunity to be able to be in activity, be taking action, earning and learning at the same time, and then creating content from that. So, you know, every time your customer asks a question or your potential customer asks a question, what a great piece of content so that you can put that out to your other potential customers. When your team asks a question about network marketing or about your company, you can turn around and you can create a piece of content on that question, and you're answering the question of somebody else who's probably thinking, hey, I wonder if this business is for me.
That's so true. That's so. Doesn't it make it easier, simpler when you brand yourself? Because when you are serving everybody, you have to find topics that interest everybody, and that is not only a 1 day of work. That's that's a month of work, because you cannot serve everybody. That's impossible. And isn't it better to stay close to yourself, because that is where you know the most, where you have the most, how do I say it, knowledge. For example, I cannot work with 25-year-old moms because I'm 25 years later, further in the journey. So I don't have something to relate every day. Maybe there is some subject. What do you think about that?
Yes, I definitely think the more you're just sharing your own journey and experience, like what's happening in your day-to-day life, and really focusing around like building on your story, right? Having your own transformation, sharing what you're experiencing, you do attract other people who are just like you. You attract people who have the same hobbies. You attract people who have the same interests. It makes the conversation flow very well. Like I attract women who often are single moms, who are self-employed, looking for a way to create time freedom, looking for a way to create multiple streams of income, because those are things I talk about.
Mm-hmm.
They are authentic because I'm very authentic in my content. I don't do BS. I don't do smoke and mirrors, fakeness, you know. I don't do small talk. So I attract people who are looking for, you know, deeper conversations, who ask interesting questions, who engage, who want to be inspired, who want to live outside the box. Often rule breakers too, because I share that part of me.
Yeah.
And, you know, I do get a lot of people who from people who I trigger with my content, which tells me I'm doing a really great job of being authentic.
Yeah.
And I'm not looking to impress everybody or please everybody. Like, I have a mission here to help other people like myself, who didn't come with a silver spoon in my mouth, who had to build themselves up, who has always worked hard for what she's wanted and wants to create an amazing lifestyle. So I'm looking for people like that. And I won't dumb it down. I won't sugarcoat, you know, the nature of this business, because I don't want somebody who wants a free ride, who, you know, thinks this is easy. It's simple, but I want people who are motivated. I want people who are driven. And so I'm not going to create this illusion that network marketing is this super easy business. No, it's a business. And if you work it like a business, it'll pay you better than a business, better than the average business.
Totally agree on that. So you talked about the niche content, how they can start. Can you share a story with us that can resonate with people that just start? Is there something from the beginning that you remember that you say, okay, now it's funny, but at that moment I didn't think it was funny, but now I learned something from it, and because I continue working on it, that is why I'm where I'm at now. Is there a story, something that you can share?
Oh man, I can share lots of stories.
Please do.
I did so many things the wrong way.
Okay.
Yeah, when I got started in this business, things that, you know, we don't know better. When we want something so badly to work out, we will just do anything to make it happen, you know? We'll hand out samples at kids' parties and go banging on doors and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I'll tell you, one of the biggest game changers for me going online was doing live video. And when I remember sitting in that hotel meeting the first time I looked at direct sales, and I had a 2-month-old baby. I was wearing black tights, a black tube skirt. Like, I gotta send you a picture. I had like a funny button-up shirt on with this, like, I was a train wreck, right?
Okay.
And I was pretty intimidated by public speaking or being in front of people. And I was like, okay, I'll do this. I'll hand out samples. I'll do coffee shop meetings, but I'm never going to speak in front of people. I'm not getting on video. I don't want to do presentations. And I knew video. I'd met John, my mentor. I think around that same time, it was one of those things I knew I needed to do. And it was just getting big. And I'm one of those people, like, when I see a few leaders starting something, you know, it's time to jump on and do those things. That's going to change your business. And usually if you're afraid of it, that's what's going to change your business. I probably spent minimum 6 months in fear where I just wouldn't go live. And so I ended up joining, I think it was a 21-day challenge with John and Nadia.
Okay.
Melton. And I did my first video. I was so terrified. I was like sweating and like heart racing. And I said, a lot, and I was stuttering. And my youngest daughter yells at me from the other room, and you can hear it on the video. She goes, "Mom, I'm done. Come wipe my butt."
That's so great.
I don't even remember how old she was, like maybe 2 at the time. And I'm like, I finally get up the courage to go live. And of course, she is that kid that she just always,
don't we love those kids?
At that moment.
I bet it had a lot of views.
It had a lot of views. And, you know, here's the thing I realized right from the get-go was that people don't care about that stuff. They don't care about perfection. They care about the progress. The fact that you had the courage to go live shows them something. And that alone made me stand out. It was hilarious. It showed a lot of other moms, hey, if this chick can do this, I can do this. And you know, you get better and better. But I quit by day 7 in that challenge. 7 of 21, and I didn't pick up live video again for almost 6 months. And then finally, I was like, okay, I have to make this work. Like I had to prove that I could support my family financially to bring them into Austria. And I'm like, I have to do this. Like my fear of not making it work was greater than my fear of going back and doing live. So I did another 21-day challenge. And I won 9th place in that challenge. And John reached out to me and he was like, okay, you killed it. And I was with another company at the time.
Okay.
Yeah. And he praised me, and that was my best month in 6 years in network marketing. That month where I did that 21-day challenge, I made the most money in that company.
Oh. Wow.
And I left.
You left to start all over from scratch.
To start all over from scratch because I felt so appreciated. And
because of the way they're working, or
because of the support I was receiving from somebody who had zero benefit. I had zero benefit to their bottom line. And yet I received so much support and to do something different. And I had always been met with resistance about doing anything different and detouring from the system in my last business. And so to be rewarded and to be encouraged and to, just have somebody who was like, yeah, you kicked butt. Like, good job. Way to go.
Yeah.
Way to step outside the box. And I was like, oh, this is home for me.
Because that is what you needed, because you're not somebody who fits in the box. And
definitely not.
That's awesome. And is there something that you maybe, I think videos are very important, that's true, but is there something else that because sometimes I hear, because when I did the interviews for the mompreneurs on Fire Summit, often they said, okay, I skipped companies, and not necessarily because there was something wrong, but there were reasons, there were valuable reasons. And sometimes people say, well, yes, but in my first company, it didn't work. That's what I hear online. And then I asked them, was it the company that didn't work, or did you grow in the process going through those companies, or maybe 3 companies? Did you have that experience too, or?
I did, yeah. I found myself out of alignment with the kind of, I think that was sort of from the beginning. I sensed that in the first place because I wanted to build an online business, and I didn't feel like I felt pretty early on that wasn't what that was. But I'm like, well, I'm going to make it work. It's like that relationship. It's like you meet that person. You know, how many people marry their first boyfriend or their first girlfriend? Network marketing is the same thing. You grow through your relationships. You learn what you want, what you don't want, and not every relationship is the perfect fit. And businesses, jobs are the same thing. And it's funny how we get a bad name in network marketing or we feel, it's mostly a feeling that we have. Most people don't actually care. They're not really paying that much attention to us. We just think they are. But most people aren't. And you know what? If you're in alignment with yourself and you have great relationships and you're leading with integrity, people will follow you, from one company to another. And that's not just network marketing. That happens in hair salons. That happens with lawyers changing firms. That happens with realtors changing real estate companies. It is something. We grow, we evolve, we change. Sometimes companies change, they change their policies, they change their products. And we don't always find the right fit. Ray Higdon had 12 businesses before he ever really made a dime in network marketing. He tried 12 different companies. Yeah, that's true. And sometimes, you know what, it's like, sometimes you meet that guy or that girl and there's nothing really wrong with them. It just doesn't feel like the right fit, you know? And network marketing is the same thing.
The same thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome stuff. Well, do you have some, because we are almost at the end of this training, do you have some golden nuggets or last tips that you say, okay, I want to wrap it up with that? That's something that I think is really important for them to hear. So before I let you go.
Absolutely. I would say, as you're getting started, you know, planning, when we plan, things just go a lot better than when we're flying by the seat of our pants. So, you know, oftentimes what's happening when you're not getting enough people coming into your network, or you're not getting enough people exposed to your products or services, it's because you're not exposing yourself enough. So you want to be really intentional. And what we teach our team is minimum 4 curiosity posts each week. So if you're posting twice a day, on Facebook right now with stories, you can get away with 1 post a day on Facebook because the news feed's very busy. But I still do 2 posts a day. I do 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening. And you got to play with your times, but 4 curiosity posts. If you just sit down and you decide what you're going to talk about at the beginning of each week and what those posts are going to be, you got the biggest part of your business taken care of. And so, you know, chances are if you're in network marketing, you've got lots of different products you could talk about. I only talk about collagen when I talk about product. There's a million things I could talk about when it comes to collagen, but I'm really focused on that one thing because that's the thing that's made the biggest difference for me. I've built my story on it. It's changed my health. It's changed my skin, my hair, my weight, everything. And so I'm also really excited about it. And I always have new people coming into my circle who haven't heard me talk about that yet. So, you know, focus on that one product that you really love. Think about the things that you really love in your business. Is it the system? Is it the leadership? Is it the community? And create 2 columns and just brain dump and think about every problem. Like, what was it that led you to network marketing? What was it that led you to find this one product? What were some of the pain points you had? What were, maybe it was emotional. For me, it was 4-day migraines. You know, up to 4 days of being in bed and being recommended to take Botox. And so I wasn't looking for collagen. I was looking for a business. I just got lucky that collagen was the product. And I had a list of things I was looking for in a business. And so it all just kind of aligned. And then I was able to go, oh, what a bonus. I get to also solve this headache problem. I have chronic pain. I was struggling with my weight because of it, because I wasn't able to work out as much. So I was also struggling with my confidence and my body image, you know, so all of those things would go into that column. You want to think about the emotional problems you had as well as the surface level problems. And then think about the business reasons. I wanted to be home with my kids. I needed to, you know, bring my family into Europe and improve my income. I wanted to be able to travel. I wanted to be able to create more balance in my life. Like all of those things, those are the things you create your content on. Because you're looking for people who have similar problems that you can solve. And when you speak to those, you lower their resistance, you build their curiosity, you build a connection with them. And if you do that consistently, and you're also bringing people into your network consistently, 5 new friends a day, you're going to see results in your business.
Awesome.
And it's going to make it simple for you.
Yeah, that's so true. That's so true. Those are really golden tips. I thank you very, very much. So Johanna Hunt, please click on the link in the post so you can, if you have questions for her or if you want to see what she's up to and what she is doing, so you can reach out to her. Johanna, thank you very, very much. I'm so grateful that you had the time to share this with us, and I wish you tons of more success. And I hope you can travel soon to Austria, that maybe we can drink a cup of coffee together, because when you're in Europe, I'm going to do everything to meet you in person. That's for sure.
Well, let's hope I get over there for the trip to Greece.
Okay, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Having me.
Have a great day. Bye.
Bye.